Hello my baby gorillas, and this is massive news, massive news. George Galloway had put forward a petition to the Petitions Commission for Nicola Sturgeon to resign. And I think that she is going to have to resign now. It looks like through the Minister's Code for 2018 that Nicola Sturgeon has herself, not even her husband, what her husband's done by trying to get the police to put forward charges against Alex Salmond, which looks like a flagrant abuse of power, and I'm surprised they still managed to continue to this day. I would have thought he would have had to resign. But not only that, but Nicola Sturgeon looks like she's broken her own code. We've not seen the conclusion of the parliamentary committee reviewing the overview or the review of what happened with Alex Salmond's trial. Remember I said that the Alex Salmond trial looked very dubious to start with. So what we've got is that Nicola Sturgeon, through her own testimony, looks like she has lied to Parliament, which would mean that she has broken several general principles and rules under the code, the ministerial code, which obviously she's the First Minister of, from 2018, the updated version. I think 2016 was before that. And she's broken several of the general principles and several of the underlying rules that government ministers, with her, as I said, being the First Minister, has to abide by. And she looks like she may have lied to Parliament, which means, being the honourable person that she is, that she will have to resign from being the First Minister, and new elections for a leader of the SNP will have to take part. This is massive news. As I said, we've not even seen the conclusion of this, but through the evidence that's already been submitted to the parliamentary committee from her own statements, that she is going to have to resign. Woof, this is going to be absolutely massive, groundbreaking events that's going to be happening in the Scottish Parliament. Woof, unbelievable that she is going to have to resign, having broken and lied to Parliament. She has now been caught out through her own word of mouth for actually lying to Parliament and breaking the principles, that her picture is on the general principles of the ministerial code. So I mean, obviously she must be honourable in the fact of being the First Minister and resign. She can't continue to be in that role as First Minister and having lied to Parliament, just like Henry McLeish had to resign. I think this is much worse. This is obviously the setting up of sexual misconduct allegations by the government, by her husband, who was pushing for the police to investigate it and to open investigations in London, and from her either covering up or giving wrong information, deliberately giving wrong information to the Parliament. So this means she will have to resign. This is bigger than Henry McLeish's. This is much bigger. The papers I will go to town on this as soon as this is concluded. She will have to resign. There will be no other option. This is much worse. This is a significantly worse political scenario than it was even for Henry McLeish. They have been active in the gerrymandering of sexual allegations against a former First Minister, and have now, through their own word of mouth, been seen to be lying, and seen through text messages and WhatsApp messages to other members to be pursuing allegations in London as well of sexual impropriety. People should go to jail if they make false sexual allegations, and certainly if it's a political setup, that's 10 times worse. The people who are orchestrating that should definitely go to jail as well. They shouldn't be just let off the hook. They are accountable as well. Oh, this is absolutely massive. Nicola Sturgeon will resign, and that's it. She's already said it through her own actions and her own words, and I think she's continuing to go, but this is going to catch up with her. very, very soon that she is now going to, especially if the papers got onto it as well, that she is going to have to resign for the lies that she's told Parliament, the actions of her husband. Both her and her husband are going to have to resign, possibly not even just their positions, but possibly from the SNP, for actually lying and actually conducting this sort of witch hunt in Alex Salmond. Unbelievable, much bigger situation than what happened with Henry McLeish. Much bigger, and Henry McLeish did the honourable thing. Only time will tell if Nicola Sturgeon is going to do the honourable thing, but this is the beginning of the end. Even if the SNP do well in the next elections, this is the beginning of the decline in the SNP. They've shown themselves not to be an honourable party under Nicola Sturgeon in Parliament, with these allegations, with the confessions from her own mouth at the committee and to the committee. Woof! She has to go. I thought when George Galloway was doing his change.org petition for Nicola Sturgeon to resign, it was slightly politically opportunist and frivolous. But this is not opportunist and frivolous. She needs to go. There is going to be no other thing that she can do other than resign. If the papers get a hold of it, all they would have to do is nail down this situation, and she would have to go. It is 10 times worse than what happened with Henry McLeish. 10 times worse. False allegations of sexual impropriety, trying to get the police to investigate other situations, and obviously Alex Salmond is a free man and was proven innocent in a court of law in Scotland, which I already said that was going to happen anyway, and I also said it looked like it had been gerrymandered by Nicola Sturgeon, and I was proven right. I was the first commentator to say that, for that to come out, and obviously everybody else copied the Guerilla TV channel, which is incredible insight by myself. And now I'm telling you just now that she has to resign. She has to do the honourable thing and resign. She cannot continue in her job any longer. Woof! Absolutely massive news, massive. I mean, obviously it's quite fortuitous for her, because obviously COVID is on and other commentators are not picking this up, and also there's not been a conclusion to the committee investigating this. But she's broken ministerial codes, or the ministerial codes and general principles underneath the 2018 ministerial code, and as well as the underlying rules, having lied to Parliament. I don't see how she can continue. She's finished.